Hello, everybody. All right, we're live. Thanks for tuning in for the very first ever YouTube live dance class. So if you've tuned into my Facebook Lives before, you will know that I talk a lot. My goal right now is to have this just be a class. So this is as if we're going to run through warm-ups, work on some technique, and do some choreography. So I just want to say thanks to my dad. He just texted me to let me know that we're all good with sound. So my goal is going to be to do about 10 to 15 minutes of each. And at the end of each section, I'm going to take a look at the comments. So if you're here watching this live and have any questions or want me to go over anything more slowly, if there's time and you've asked for that in the comments, I will. My goal is also for this to be progressive. So every day I'll be building on what we've been doing. So if you're tuning in now, you can keep building every week or every day. And if not, you can go back to the videos before this, which this is the first one. So there's nothing before this, and build your skills that way if this is going a little too quickly. So let's start off with the warm-up. So since this is the first day, I'm Danielle Enblom, by the way, and this is through my project called the Step Collective, and we'll have some special guests coming on to do some different percussive classes starting next week. Since this is the first class, I want to just walk you through the warm-up, and then in future classes we will just dive straight in, and people can kind of figure it out as they go. Okay, so these are some warm-ups that are just intended to help us get really clear in our weight changing and work on some moves. So we're going to start with stepping, and I actually don't know how this works when I'm on my computer with YouTube Live, if my right foot is starting or my left foot is starting. So I'll figure that out after this. But right now I'm just going to say right when I do right. And I don't know if it's your image or not. So apologies for any confusion today. I will fix it tomorrow once I figure out what the story is. Or if anyone wants to comment, you can let me know. Okay, so we're just going to first play around with just weight changes and just feeling the music. Something that I know a lot of accompanists to music in general, but traditional music like to do. If you listen to good guitar players, good bar-on players, they will kind of fall back when a new tune starts and just kind of get really basic. And what they're doing there is they're getting the lay of the land, they're feeling out what's going on in the tune. And I like to do that in my dancing too, is just kind of take a moment to feel the music before I decide what I'm going to do with the music. Another note, this is going to be, I'm going to try to focus mostly on 4/4 for now, because what we'll do will be techniques that might span across Shanno stance, Irish step dance, flat footing, French Canadian step dance, Scottish step dancing, Cape Breton, all that kind of stuff. So we'll work in 4/4 today. So we're going to start with just steps back and forth. So we'll go right for 8, right, left, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're going to leap. So we're going to kind of leave the ground for 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can choose to actually make that a true leap where you really, if you want a lot of exercise or if you really want your style to be bouncy, or you can choose to be a little more bouncy but closer to the ground in it. So stepping kind of more like marching and then getting a little bouncy. So we'll do 8 and then we'll go 4 back and forth and then we'll do 2, 2, 2, 2. And then we're going to go 1, 1, 1, 1. So what that happens when I'm on my right foot, we're going to go step, leap, step, leap. And my step, you'll notice, is going all the way down on the ground, full foot down on the ground. And my leap is a little bit up on my toe. So we're getting a little bit of a swing in our step, doing it that way. So we'll do 8 of those. So that's 1 step, 1 leap, 1 step. So down, up, down, up. So let's try that to music. I have a nice track from Danny Diamond that we're going to play. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now leaping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 4 steps. 1, 2, 3. Now on my foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now leap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Leap. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Leap. 2, 1, 2. Now 1. Down. 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 And up. Okay, all right. And let's go ahead and move on. Now we're going to double our speed, and we're going to just do the stepping. So we're going to go step 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but we're going to add a touch in between. So this is kind of leading us towards the Connemara step or pitter patter, which is used in all the different styles, really. So we're gonna go again, starting on my right. I don't know if it's your left or right yet, but we're gonna go right, touch, left, touch, with full flat feet first. 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Oh wait, hang on. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then step, touch, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then let's do one of each. So that's gonna be a little funky. That's gonna be 1 step, touch, 1 step, touch, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right. I have a plan for Instagram. You're hearing it here first. I have a tendency to plan big and then not always follow through, but I think I'm gonna follow through with this to do a step a day on Instagram. So this might be my first step. Okay, so 8 of the just plain old steps, 8 of doubling it up with a flat foot, 4 plain, 4 double, 2, 2, 2, 2. And I'm not sure how many we'll do each, so just bear with me and we'll see. All right, Danny Dynamite. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, now 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. Now 2. Now let's try the 1. Now let's do 8 for fun. Just have fun. Okay, cool. All right, we're gonna do that same exact pattern, except this time with the, we're gonna stay stepping. We're not gonna leap yet. Step, heel, step, heel, step, heel, step, heel. So it's gonna go flat foot. So same exact thing, 8 steps, and then 8 heels. 4, we did 2 sets of 4, and then a bunch of 2s. And then we'll do the same with the 1s. So it'll be step, step, heel, step, step, heel. Now we're only doing this on one side so far. Maybe we gotta do it on the other side too. We'll see. For now, just starting with my right foot. If that's your left foot, go ahead. If you wanna change it up, you can too. Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now heels. Now 4. Now 2s. Now 1s. We'll finish off with 8. going to do my right, maybe your left, don't know again. Right, left, right, right, left, right. That's such a nice move. I would have never used that in a warm-up had I not found it this way. And so this is kind of a nice play with weight. So thinking of going weights up, weights down, and you're kind of falling into that heel. Down, down, kind of thinking, down, cascading down. So up, down, down, up, down, down, which is a really nice skill we have as dancers, is we really feel the weight of the tunes in our body when we dance them certain ways. A lot of musicians have to really kind of find that feeling in their bodies, in their bowing or in their whatevering. So we get to have that. So let's do 8 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. And really focus on getting into that weight. And then 4 of them. 1, no, and then 8 on the other side. 1. So we'll do 6, 7, 8. We'll do for our 8th step, we'll just do a step, and then we can go down. So then it'll be left, right, left, left, right, left, up, down, down, up, down, down. Okay, here we go, Danny Diamond again. And if you're just joining us, we're going to do about a few more minutes of this, but if anybody wants any clarification on anything, feel free to put it in the comments and at the end of each section. So this is the warm-up section. If there's time, I can go over some extra things. Otherwise, we'll move on to technique. Okay. Here we go. So 8 on the right, left, right, right, left, right. Here we go. Right. 5, 6, 7, 8, and left. 5, 6, other side for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. Okay, I don't like that. We're not gonna do that again. Okay, last little bit of warm up is now we've played with step heel, step touch. I want to go up on our toes, and now I want to do leap, and I want to touch with our toes. So we're gonna go 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You could count that 1, me, 2, me, 3, or 1, then 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, then 2, and 3, and 4. We're doing an and in between each of those beats. Okay, and then we'll do 4, 4, 2, 2, 2, 2, and then 1, 1, 1, 1. So same thing. So it's 1, da, dee, da. Now this is totally feels really different in my body, right? But it's the same concept. We're just up on our toes, and we're getting a little more of a, we're going kind of up, down, touch, up, down, touch, up, and we're getting a little bit more air in our body. Okay, so we'll do it on the right and the left. No, just on the right. Okay. Big bang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now touch. Now 4. 2, 3, 4. 4 more. Now 2. Now 1. Nice. And that we're doing tip down and tip down and tip down is what that move is in the end there. So you can choose to do that last one and tip down. You could choose to have your feet next to each other. You could choose to have your feet in front of you, one foot in front of each other, the right foot in front, and right, left, right, left. You can be crossed over if you're an Irish dancer. You can be to the side, and right, and right. You can be turned out, parallel, toes in, whatever you want. So this is something, if you're just joining us, these will be on YouTube forever, for the rest of time. So if you are feeling like this is fast, go back and do this warm-up again. And we'll be doing the same warm-up tomorrow with adding new things on. All right, now we're going to switch it up. We're going to start on the left leg, and we're going to go left, 2 with leaps, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But our double time this time is going to be with our heels. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 4, 4, 4, 4, 2, 2, 2, 2. Here we go. Thanks again to Danny Diamond for the beautiful reel. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2. Oops, I wasn't leaving. Sorry. 5, 6, 7, leaps. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 4 more. Now 2. Now 1. Finish off with this. Okay, so a couple of notes before, I guess I think we're technically moving into the technique section. So again, questions if you have them. Otherwise, we'll keep going. I'm starting off the technique section with this move that we were just working with. I want to take a second to play around with the weight shift and how we can use our body. So if you're a percussionist or an accompanist, a percussive dancer, my approach is twofold in terms of traditional percussive dancing. It's learn the traditions, get to know them deeply, learn the combos, learn what the masters have done, know where they come from, because otherwise, if you make everything up, you might be virtuosic and amazing, but it's unlikely. Not a lot of us are actually virtuosic and amazing right away necessarily, and we need a foundation. And if we try to be amazing without a traditional foundation, oftentimes things just fall flat. So learn the combos of the masters, but then also learn to listen to the music, learn to dance with the music, which you can do with combinations, but you also can start to build a tool belt of moves, of sounds, of weight changes, of different emphases, that of volumes that allow you to have this kind of whole tool belt filled with things that you can kind of grab at a whim to actually be really musical in your dancing. So that's kind of the goal here. And the best way to do that, the most effective way to do that, is to practice varying things in as many ways as possible. Because if you have one step that you know really well, for instance this, how many ways can we vary this to change what's happening visually? When we're dancers, we have the visual element as well, and musically, sonically. And there are so many ways. So all I might just for a whole piece, just play with this move. And add a couple of little things in and have something interesting to go along with the whole song. And it doesn't take that much then to be musical. If you're trying to pull out a ton of fancy things and put them in all different combinations, it can be a lot more challenging to be musical. So, okay, so we're in the technique section now. Section 2 of our YouTube video. So we're doing this back and forth. We're moving into this pitter patter. Now, we've learned already that we have already got various ways we can do it. We've already practiced that. We can stay on our full flat foot. And when we're on our flat foot, we can do step heel, we can do our heels. And when we're there, we can change how our body is moving. So I've got my feet really close together right under me. That's one look. Or we can bring our feet a little further apart. And now I'm moving very differently. So visually, what we're doing with music is something that can also be added to the mix as a part of the musical experience, right? Hips kind of changes the sound too. When you change your body, sometimes it changes the weight in your body, in your movement, and then it changes how it sounds. So you got a nice low tone happening here. But if I switch to tapping with my toes, I change my tone and I change my body shape. So step, full foot stepping, tap, step, tap. Versus heel. And now the heel is really, for the most part, just touching right under your leg. We're not doing anything big. We're not doing a big brush. If you want to, do something crazy, you can, but staying small is going to help us get our timing better. So let's play around with doing flat feet, step, heel, step, heel. And then let's do step, toe, step, toe. Now that toe, I'm kind of lifting, and I'm currently, there are a lot of ways to do this. For this, I usually advocate using the whole leg, but for this move, I'm going to say, I'm kind of going to break my rule here, and I'm going to say, let's do a tap like this. And we want to be, for this moment, really intentional with the tap. I haven't talked about shoes. You could be doing this barefooted. It's going to be a little more challenging to get all the sounds I'm talking about if you don't have a heel. I'd say a heel that's under an inch tall is going to be best, and a sole that's hard. But practice this barefooted if that's all you've got. Yeah, you can be a barefooted dancer. Okay, you might just have to find the ways that work for you. But with whatever you have on, finding that little pick. In ballet, they call it piqué. Pick, right? So we're going to do a little piqué. We're hitting, it's like hitting the ice with an ice pick. So step, pick, step, touch, step, touch, step. And just listen to the sound versus choose to put that heel down, or you can choose to do a little pick with your heel too, where you lift your leg a little bit and you get that sharper sound. So let's do 8, touching with the toe. Actually, we're going to do this without music. We're going to do 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 2 sets of 2 rounds of 8 for each one. Maybe 4 rounds of 4. We'll see. We'll do it a little slower now. All right, Stephanie. Yes, way to be barefoot. There's something liberating about dancing in your bare feet too. Maybe I'll do a barefooted class one of these days. Oh, yeah, that might be one of our themes. We have, by the way, we have cloggers, body percussionists, Irish dancers, barn players, all lined up to do some guest workshops to help us with our rhythm. So I'm very excited. But for now, here we are. So we'll could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, step. 1, 2, 8 more. Step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now for 4. Now 2. 5, 6, 7, 8. And so when I say 2, obviously we're doing the whole pattern for 2 beats. We're not doing 2 of the pattern, right? We're doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Step, heel, step, step, toe, step, step, heel, step, step, toe, step. So now we've actually elaborated on that pattern we were doing earlier in the warm-up. Let's try it on the other foot. So my left, maybe your right. Step, heel, step, step, toe, step, step, heel, step, step, toe, step, step, heel, step, toe, step, step, heel, step, step, toe, step. Other foot, step, heel, step. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's not do that. Let's do the pause. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Step, heel, step, step, toe, step. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Steps, step, and step, heel, step, step, toe, step, step, heel, step, step, toe, step, step, heel, step, step, toe, step, step, heel, step, 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 heel, step, step, toe, step, step, heel, step, step, toe, step, step, heel, step, step, toe, step, step, heel, step, step. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. Now 4, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. You can choose to do your heel or your toe. Okay, fun. All right. I'm just gonna keep an eye on the time here. Okay. All right, sweet. So let's see. Okay, now that we have done, I want to add one more little beat. So we're going to do, instead of and we'll elaborate on all of this tomorrow. I'm gonna keep adding little bits every day. So we're going to do, instead of step, heel, we're actually gonna do 4 beats all on one side now. So we're gonna go step, heel, step, heel. Step, heel, step, heel. A, dee, dee, da, dee, 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 da, dee, da, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. But let's make it a little simpler first. So we'll start my right, whatever foot that is for you. Feel free to let me know if my right is your right or my right is your left. That would be helpful. And I'll say the correct way tomorrow. Okay, so we're going to go right, heel, heel. Okay, so now it's right, left, right. Left, right, left. 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 So that for that final beat, I'm just lifting my heel off the ground. And again, this could be done with big hops if you wanted them to, but we're keeping it small for now. Step, heel, step. Step, heel, step. Step, heel, heel. Step, heel, heel. Find the words that work for you. Step, heel, heel. And keeping everything small. We can stylize this however we want to, but keep it small for now while you're getting it. Rhythm is the most important thing. The last thing you want to do when you're getting up to dance for live musicians is not have good rhythm. Doesn't matter what else is happening. If your rhythm's crappy, it's all crappy. So start with the rhythm. Step, heel, heel. Heel. I'm going to turn on some music, and I want us to just kind of get into that swing. And feel that we're not just doing dot, 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 dot. But we have the capacity to really feel it in our body and get a little bit of a flow. And you get to choose now and play around with if you want to stuff your heel a little bit or if you want it to be that pick sound. It changes how it sounds. If you're not quite at the point yet of being able to really consciously make that happen, start to see if you can notice what sound you're making, at least with your heel when you're doing it. Okay, we're gonna stick with Danny. Thanks, Danny, for being here with us. He made this recording just for me to use for some of these things. I I've used it in a couple of my talks because if we use commercially recorded music, YouTube will take it down. So aren't we lucky to get, here's Danny, by the way. I used this in my Zoom talk recently, and he told us all about Highlands and reels. And he starts off with a Highland. So let's do the Highland first, which is a common dance tune in the northwest of Ireland, Donegal. Danny's wife, Anna, is a dancer. She has a dancer as well. And we are planning choreographies for 4 tunes that aren't reels. And this is making me think of it. So what's happening for me here is I'm actually wanting to do this with my body for this tune. So I'm going to invite us to stylize it now. And we are officially in the 3rd section of class, which is my right is your left as you face me. Thank you. That's so helpful. All right, harp Irish. I presume that's not your name. Okay, but thank you. So, all right. So we have, I will say left when I'm doing my right because it's your left. So we're in the 3rd section of class. Now this is our choreography section. So for however many days it takes, we're going to work on one choreography, putting together a pattern. Now, little sneak preview. We're going to do this today to a Highland, but these are all in 4/4, so we might actually find ways to take whatever choreography we do today and turn it into a reel. And also, we're doing this, so this is actually, this move is something that I've been using a lot in my improv dancing. When I say improv dancing, I mean like I'm not being specific to a style, like I'm just dancing. And this is one that's been coming up for me and is just like my home base a lot. And I got it from, I started doing it more when after I worked with the French-Canadian dancer Normand Go. It's very much a Quebec thing to do that move. So that's kind of where my inspiration is coming from. We're going to do this and make it Highlandy though. And we might play around with it to some different tune types or music types. But this also is the same kind of movement pattern in our body as the Tennessee walking step, one of the flat footing common steps, which, by the way, is being retermed the Robert Dotson walking step, which you'll learn why if you listen to the Tradical podcast when it launches, coming soon, with an interview with Rodney Sutton who talks about it. But it's the same movement pattern. It's also the same movement pattern as the Strathspey step in Scottish step dancing or Cape Breton step dancing. We're changing a number of things though. We're changing the timing, we're changing the swing, we're changing where we are in our body, we're changing what parts of our foot we're using. And so then that turns it into a whole new step, which is really cool. For instance, I'm gonna give you just a little example. We have 5 moves that our body can do that kind of make up all of percussive dance, or in general, all of human movement, or 5 weight changes between our feet. We have steps, which is a transfer of weight. So practice just stepping around, stepping. We have leaps, which we've done, which is a transfer of weight where you technically leave the ground, but if we do it without leaving the ground, we can still create that feeling of air. We have hops on 1 foot. We have jumps on 2 feet. And then we have all the kind of extra things we can do with our feet while we're standing on 1 foot or on 2 feet. I mean, that's considered a jump. I don't know. So for instance, a skip is 2 moves put together, 2 of those moves. A skip is step and a hop, step and a hop. And because of the nature of a step, we're switching weight, and our hop is going like this. Because of the nature of a hop, we're ready to move on the next foot. Step, hop, right? And so we could skip like we do when we're kids. We could skip like this. We could choose to do that movement pattern in any number of ways. A leap, which we know is like this, in ballet is translated where you put your leg out and behind you, you get a big leap through there. It's still just a transfer of weight. An Irish leap, which either starts with a bent leg or a straight leg, goes like that from one foot to the other, and then you just do 2 steps after it. So if you can get comfortable with all these different kind of weight shift patterns, then and learning how to stylize them differently, that's kind of a fun way to play around with your moves. Is this a swing rhythm? Yes, the way we're doing it here, it is swinging, because that's how a Highland goes. Yep, so this is swinging. If we were to do it to a reel, it would be and of course, reels in all of the genres have a certain swing also. But we're really swinging it here as a Highland, so good question. Okay, we only have a few minutes left. So let's get back to this move. So what I was saying before is by learning to do this, once we stylize it differently, it turns into this, or any other number of things. So a little sneak preview, I guess, of the different directions we might go in. You can always make requests. Feel free to message me at the Step Collective. If you get my newsletter, you can always just hit respond and I'll get your emails. Okay, let's do that again. So right heel, heel, left heel, heel, right, left, right, left. And now we're scraping our heel on the floor. Left, right, left, scrape, step, heel, step, scrape, 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 heel. All right, let's try that to our Highland.
Hello.
Hi, Danny.
Put you in property.
One of the biggest challenges that all of us dancers and musicians, some of you might be experiencing too in all this COVID stuff, is that when you have a pre-recorded track and then you have to add on to it, it's really freaking challenging because, excuse my language, because when you're live, people are always kind of fluctuating in their timing, but when you have 2 people fluctuating, they're always kind of meeting each other. Whereas when you're not live, you have one person naturally fluctuating just because that's how it works. And then you have to like figure out how to fluctuate with them. And it's really hard, but it's possible. So, okay, so we're going to do step 2, 3, 4, dee-da, 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 dee-da. Step 2, 3, 4, step. This is the beginning of our choreography now, okay? So we're gonna really feel that swing in our steps, that lilt, that swing that was just asked about. And you feel it in your body, right? So it's not just we want to swing with it. So I'm getting a little bit of a bounce action actually in my body to kind of mark that swing or feel it. Okay, so let's start on our right foot. Right and a 2, 3 and a 4. Now we're gonna go left, right, right, da da, left, da da, da da da. 4 of those. 4 more steps now. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Now we're gonna do 3 of our other pattern. 1, 2, 3, step. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, step. And I want you to really feel your weight at the end, switching to both feet. Even weight. You're in your right and you're even. Step, pause. Step, pause. And that step alone is so different from this step. Not so different, but it is, right? Do you hear the difference at least with my shoes on my board from that? Yeah, cool, okay. So this will be the beginning of our choreography. We're gonna finish in a few minutes, and tomorrow I'm going to expand on all of this. And if you joined us late, this is all going to be on YouTube every day. So if you miss a day or two, you can always catch up and see what you missed and then join in again. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, step. Let's try that. 6, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice, let's try starting on the left foot. 5, 6, left foot, here we go. 5, 6, here we go. Okay, we're gonna do it back and forth now to finish. So we're going to do, for the last bit, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're gonna do a double step. That's a little trickier. That's like gonna be really challenging. So 3, step, step. Try that. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. So now that requires us to go 4, 1. So same weight, back into your right, 1. Switch. That's where like the weight changes get really tricky, because now we've gone into our same weight, into our right, switch, right? So same right step, 2, 3, 4. So it's da 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dee da da ba. 1. So you kind of have to do that step now with this intention of lifting it up again. It's tricky. We'll keep digging into this more as we go. So this is the end. I will just say I'm going to start doing a step a day that pertains to these over on my Instagram page. If you want just a little sneak peek in your Instagram, the _score step collective on Instagram. I'll be doing a step a day on my wall there. What else? If you're not on the newsletter, sign up for the newsletter. I'm trying to kind of like catch people wherever they are. So YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, newsletter, and it's all kind of different content because I don't want to bore people, but I know not everybody is on everything. So I'm gonna sharing little bits of content everywhere. Thanks for showing up. This has been really sweet and fun for me to have people show up for this. And it's only the first day, and I just started advertising a couple days ago, and we have 15 people, so that's so cool. I'm actually heading over to a Cunningham technique class in the next 15 minutes. So doing like a lot of crazy modern ballet stuff. Merce Trust on Instagram, they do that live every day, which is what inspired me to do this. So see you over there maybe if you want to get a little funky. What was the last thing I wanted to say? Oh yeah, so every class, my goal is to, you're welcome, Carolyn, thanks for being here. My goal is to have each section be between 10 and 20 minutes long. So that means the class will always be between 30 minutes and an hour, probably more towards 45 minutes, but just so that you can keep in mind in terms of scheduling your time. Awesome, thanks for being here, Stephanie. So that you can schedule yourself into this. And what I do with the Merce class, when I go over to the Cunningham Technique class, I just like log in at 11 or at noon and stick around until I'm ready to go. So you're always welcome to come for the warm up and then watch the rest later or whatever you feel like doing. That's the beauty of this, right? You don't have to be like, oh, I can only show up to class for 15 minutes and I don't want the teacher to be mad at me for leaving. You get to do this wherever you are. I actually made an omelet the other day and did Cunningham Technique while I was making the omelet. Flipped it and then came back and did my exercises and whatever. So, okay, you're all allowed. But I take no responsibility for any burned eggs. Okay, so to finish it up, we're gonna finish off with 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, step. 1, and then we switch to the other leg. Let's try it. I might mess up, so I'll be forgiving with you if you're forgiving with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now just 3. 3, 4. I'm gonna add something here, see if you catch it. Faster now, this is the real. Okay, I'm gonna do one more time. Here we go. Good work, everybody. I'll be back again tomorrow at 11. Newsletter, Facebook page, and Instagram. You can find some other things coming up this week too. And I'm off to Cunningham Technique on Instagram at Merce Trust. So head over there if you have time. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.